This is the morning video update. This is for Wednesday, the 24th of January. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather turning very wet for the rest of this week and into Saturday. The rain will be heavy at times. The flash flood watch has been expanded, and we could see a few strong storms along the way, especially for the southern half of the state tomorrow and for a bigger part of the state on Saturday as the weekend begins. So a very active pattern ahead. So here we go. This is the upper air look early this morning, and we have a broad trough that's west of the state. And again, we're going to have this southwest flow aloft, and that's going to stay in place through the beginning of the weekend, and that's going to keep the weather unsettled. This is the radar composite early this morning, about 5 o'clock, and you can see most of the state dry. We've got some rain for the southwestern corner of the state, but rain is more extensive over parts of West Tennessee, much of Mississippi, and Louisiana. And that rain comes in here later today. And everybody's going to get a good soaking at some point between now and Saturday. Hey, no freezing conditions this morning. That's the good news. We are in the upper 50s and low 60s for much of the state. As this day begins, we're expecting highs today in the 60s for most locations. Parts of South Alabama could see low 70s. So this is the new expanded flash flood watch for Alabama. And this is for today and tomorrow into Friday morning. The counties in green on that map. And the flash flood watch is in effect basically for areas north of a line from near Mobile to Montgomery to Opelika. And we'll see waves of rain. We'll have some breaks, but the rain can be heavy at times. And again, the WPC excessive rain outlook has a pretty good chunk of the state highlighted for the next several days. This is today, this is tomorrow, and this is day 3, which is Friday. And even on Saturday, most likely, we'll see some fairly big rains here. Here's the watch warning map around the nation. Those flash flood watches extend from Alabama through basically all of Mississippi, all of Louisiana, and to parts of southeastern Texas. And we notice much of the country with dense fog advisories. The counties there in gray out across the nation's midsection. So let's check these severe weather outlooks. This is for today. We have a risk of severe storms along the coastal plain of Texas and the parts of the Gulf Coast region. The marginal risk today, and this is for later today and tonight, kind of clips the far western and southwestern counties of the state. This includes the areas basically from York down to Mobile, counties like Mobile, Choctaw, Washington, and Sumter. And the main threat will be coming from strong straight-line winds later today and tonight. And then tomorrow we have a level 1 out of level 5 marginal risk of severe storms over about the southern half of the state. And again, this is tomorrow, and this is for areas along and south of a line from near Demopolis to Montgomery to Eufaula. And again, the main threat coming from strong straight-line winds. There's a look at the larger view. And then on day 3, which is Friday, no organized severe storms are expected. However, on day 4, which is Saturday, we have a risk of severe storms defined for parts of Alabama and Georgia. And you can see in Alabama, this is especially for the eastern half of the state, the area there in yellow. And we'll take a look at modeling on this in just a second. But if we can see adequate instability, if we don't have just a big rain mass Saturday morning, there could be some strong, maybe severe storms Saturday afternoon through that part of the state. So here's an updated look at the rain totals for the next 7 days, and the bulk of this will be today through Saturday. And for most of Alabama, rain amounts are going to be in the 3 to 5 inch range. Just a good statewide soaking. And I know, again, it's very inconvenient, but remember, about 65% of the state is still in drought. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. And we'll get that new drought monitor update tomorrow morning. So let's go through the dailies here, model fans. This is the GFS, the 06Z run valid today at 4. You can see the trough over West Texas, the southwest flow aloft, and rain moving in today. Let's go to the high-resolution HER model. This is valid this evening at 6 o'clock, and you can see a line of thunderstorms coming through parts of east and south Alabama. And again, we don't expect any severe weather problems with that, just heavy rain, and just other than that, a soaking. And today and tonight, the heaviest rain will be across the northern two-thirds of the state. If you're in extreme south and southeast Alabama, a decent chunk of the day could be dry, but elsewhere, very wet. Tomorrow, rain statewide. And again, there could be a few strong thunderstorms across the southern counties of the state. We're very mild, highs in the 60s, and again, the chance of low 70s for South Alabama. So this is Friday, and it could be for the northern half of the state. The better chance of rain will be Friday morning, shifting into South Alabama Friday afternoon. And again, highs will be in the 60s. And then here comes the next batch of rain and storms on Saturday. And again, we've seen variations in modeling out here. This is suggesting just a big, broad 1,012 millibar surface low. We have seen other runs with a deeper surface low north and west of the state. And once we get within 60 hours of this, and that will be tomorrow, we'll get the good high-resolution convection allowing models and take a good look at this. But we do believe there will be very adequate instability for strong storms. That's the surface-based CAPE on Saturday. And again, SPC is defined mainly the eastern half of the state, with that risk of severe storms on Saturday. So just understand it will be a day to be weather aware. And by the time we get to tomorrow, we'll be have a much better look at this thing. But then Sunday, we see the rain diminishing. There could be some patchy, lingering light rain for about the northern half of the state, and the day will be noticeably cooler. In fact, up in the Tennessee Valley, temperatures will likely hold in the upper 40s all day, 50s for the rest of the state, which is where we should be for the end of January. Monday, we are cool and dry. We start the day in the 30s. The high will be in the low to mid-50s. This is Tuesday, a morning freeze likely for the northern half of the state. Again, highs will be in the 50s, and this is a week from today, Wednesday, the 31st of January. And we have a northwest flow aloft, and again, a cool, dry air mass with the highs in the 50s and low 60s. But again, no evidence of any Arctic air next week. In fact, let's go out 10 days. This is Friday, the 2nd of February. We have a little shortwave ridge building in here, and that looks nice and quiet. So for now, all of next week looking rain-free. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham. This is coming off the European ensemble. The mean is the green line. And you can see that it's running between 4 and 5 inches between now and the 8th of February. So again, this whole pattern is going to get us out of this drought, which is good. Very mild for the rest of this week. Highs in the mid to upper 60s through Saturday. And again, if you're in South Alabama, you could see low 70s. But then the temperatures come down Sunday, Monday with highs around 50, and then upper 50s, low 60s for the latter half of next week. And the latest 8 to 14-day guidance, this is for the 31st of January through the 6th of February. And a lot of red on that map, temperatures above average for much of the contiguous United States. But I caution you, we got a long way to go this winter. We've been watching the temperatures up in Alaska, and some spots up there have been down to 50 below zero. There's a lot of very cold air in the source region. And at some point, that air is going to move, and once the upper winds allow it to drop south, it'll turn colder again. How cold, when, we don't know that. Again, there's no skill in a specific forecast beyond 7 to 10 days. And there's some skill at pattern recognition. That's why we show these 8 to 14-day maps here. But just for the cold weather fans, your time will be coming back. So on this date in 1940, and no, I was not on television back then, Birmingham had 10 inches of snow on the ground. Technically, the official total was 9.5. Second biggest snow on record here. The biggest was the Great Blizzard of 93. But that was a brutal winter here, 1940. The Warrior River froze completely. Tuscaloosa points north and west. But nothing like that going on this week. These two cows wanted to be on the video this morning. We're glad to make that happen. That was up in Boaz yesterday. And our friend Joe Paul Cates got a really cool shot of this bald eagle up at Lake Gunnersville yesterday. This dog wanted to be on the show. That was in Jacksonville yesterday. And a very nice sunset yesterday. That was taken from the mountain overlooking Gadsden up in Etowah County. So it's going to be a busy series of days. And you can see my voice is not that good. I feel fine. I'm not sick. A little sinus thing, which often happens, which is why I'm drinking this nice warm drink. And that voice should come back, we hope, later today in full force, because I've got a couple of stops today. Adams Elementary School in Gadsden this morning. And then early this afternoon, I've got Briarwood Christian in Birmingham. And then tomorrow, it's a 3-stop day. I've got First Baptist Church Gardendale, their kindergarten and preschool program tomorrow morning. Then I'll be speaking to the senior adults at First Baptist of Trussville, and then a program for the Ark of Shelby County after that. And then Friday, I'll be at Warrior Elementary Friday morning, and then Friday afternoon, Pelham Oaks Elementary. And let me just say that the book signing Saturday in Florence, we might have to postpone that because of this. Again, that's the severe weather outlook on Saturday. And again, obviously on severe weather days, it is all hands on deck. And so we will make a decision on that this morning if we decide to postpone the Florence book signing, and we'll post that on the social channels later today. One way or the other, we'll make that decision this morning. And of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.